Cuckoo.
And I feel like right now, Mineski are kind of drafting on the back foot. I don't. It doesn't seem like they're going to be very comfortable with this draft because of the adjustment they had to make.
I feel like you, as Mineski, you got to give serious consideration to the Jay Shadow Fiend. I mean, I talked to Lumi about that. You know, we had one game yesterday where basically he picked Mineski just because he said, look, Jay is just that good on Shadow Fiend. If they give him that hero in a favorable position, I expect they're going to win most of the time. I mean, your back's against the wall right now. You're one game away from being eliminated. TnC one game away from going to Kiev. I think when you have a player that's that comfortable with a particular hero, you have to try and draft him that.
Well, we're going to have to see. Right now, I think the general...
What's the Terrorblade ban tell you? That's kind of an interesting thing to me. It's certainly a hero that's in Raven's kit, but they haven't gone to it too terribly often recently.
First of all, the first point is definitely that it involves Raven, and Raven, especially at TI, is very well known for what he's capable with the hero. Second is the synergy with Dazzle. If you Shallow Grave, you could turn that Sunder into a 90% HP. Especially at TI,
you
can
do so much
at TI is very well known for what he's capable with the hero. Second is the synergy with Dazzle. If you Shallow Grave, you could turn that Sunder into a 90% HP. Especially at TI, is do so much at TI is very well known for what he's capable with the hero.
Go ahead and take the axe here, second phase.
If they were going to pick up the axe, I think they wouldn't have banned TB.
Okay, fair enough.
That's true, yeah. I think just because there's a Dazzle, it doesn't mean you always have to go for that axe.
They wouldn't have banned TB.
Maybe they just have something else in mind right
That's
now.
true.
Yeah. I think just because there's a Dazzle, it doesn't mean you always have to go for that axe.
They wouldn't have banned TB. The Dazzle pretty well, I think. So I think that's all right. Beyond that, obviously we are talking about fleshing out that mid lane, and we have seen Mineski actually do a lot of third picks for Jay. So where usually you save it for the last two picks here, sometimes Mineski just want to get it out there and really start to build around it in their draft.
I feel like they should pick Jules hero for now. I think it's too. I don't think you should really go for Jay's hero just yet.
Okay, they go for the Nyx Assassin. Not really a threat from the other side, so it's just something they want to prioritize for themselves. Not really an issue between the two heroes in terms of like overlapping invisibility, because Nyx uses it to initiate, whereas Weaver uses it to escape. So different terms there, but in general, I think it's just a hero that will be able to get some good farm in the offlane just by having the poor man shield mango.
Definitely.
Yeah, it does. I always do think also there's some value for the Nyx Assassin taking certain heroes off the table or pre-counter. The Jug, though, TnC going right back to the formula here.
Yeah, they want to stick with their strat. Like, normally you would look at the draft of Mineski and be like, we can run Slark here pretty well. We could see Earth Spirit's Boulders coming well enough. We could easily deal with the Nyx Assassin through the Dark Pact, and I think it's a really strong hero for this draft. But TnC, their playstyle is a lot faster paced than that, and the Juggernaut just suits it too well.
I'll tell you though, options in the mid lane rapidly dwindling. Wow. Wait a minute.
All right, so those are technically two Miracle heroes, but it looks like...
Yeah, is this a support or an offlane Weaver?
Nah, I think it is going to be like a mid Ursa for Jay instead. Obviously, Miracle can play either the Ursa or the Weaver, and for the most part, like over the past week, they've been giving a Miracle a lot more in-your-face heroes. He's usually playing the Ursa or Lifestealer.
That's very true, but the Ursa pickup here is a little bit unusual because typically when we've seen Ursa pickups recently, it's been in situations where the other team is likely to have a melee hero mid.
Yeah,
and
so
you
usually you already want to know your matchup before you jump on
right.
that.
I mean, but TnC draft, we know the mid is not coming out. Jug mid is certainly not something that you've committed to, given the 4 hero picks here.
And it looks like TnC is not convinced completely.
Yeah.
They really believe that.
Okay.
That's why, that's why I question it, especially with maybe you're setting up for kind of a surprise mid pick 5th with the support or offlane Weaver.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is a possibility. It's just something we don't see from Mineski all too often. I think that, in general, like, Nyx Weaver can be a great pairing in that offlane situation, and Rubik Dazzle can only do a few things to punish it. Like, if you get, if there's too much aggressive play from the Weaver, you'll lift him, you'll spin on him, he'll die. But as long as the Weaver plays it smart, it should be a pretty solid lane for Mineski.
I know. And just the other thing that caused me to go in that direction is I like the tempo of a support Weaver a lot more against a dedicated push strat that TnC is showing.
They still ban out the Slark, even though the Juggernaut's here. They thought maybe it could be like a Cuckoo Jug mid, and they just want to make sure that such a good hero against their draft is not available. Because honestly, if Slark got picked up as 5th for TnC, there's nothing Mineski could do about it.
It would take some pretty much everything in their everything Nyx and Earth Spirit have to offer in order to kill him off.
And catching him by surprise as well.
Yeah, it's not
against
very likely.
Stampede potentially too. So and no grave around. Like there's so many like variables that would ruin any of their gank attempts if they were up against the Slark. So even if this is a safe lane Juggernaut, I don't think that's a bad ban.
Yeah, definitely. And
well, that actually brings a more general point up about TnC's draft, is that there's a lot of enabling here. I mean, even if it's not the Slark that's slippery intrinsically, any core position hero with mobility is enabled a lot by TnC's lineup, and I like the decision by Mineski to take the Ember Spirit off the table. The mag pick, I don't know about this, guys. I think Mineski's draft is actually really good here.
Mineski definitely have fixed a lot of the issues here, and I think the bans are probably the biggest adjustment that they made this game, but I think Magnus and Juggernaut bring a lot of synergy. It's a really tough draft to call in my mind.
It really is. I really don't know who I would put my bet on here. I definitely agree with you guys. This is not an easy draft to call. Mineski have fixed a lot of their problems, and their draft is looking pretty damn scary right now.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and throw my lot in with Mineski just because, again, I've seen their games in these qualifiers. They are all 5 of them individually fairly confident on these heroes, with the possible exception of the support Weaver. I really like Jay's Ember Spirit, and I really like Miracle's Ursa in particular. And over on the side of TnC, again, we were talking about this. I feel like there's just some return to making them do something different, taking that Troll Warlord off the table and making them execute a slightly different strat.
I think a lot of it comes down to how effective the support Weaver is, because we have seen some support Weavers completely define the way the early game plays out, and it could very well be in this context that is the case, because the supports that are being run on TnC only have some marginal ways to deal with it. But we have also seen support Weavers fall flat in their face, and that can be a grave concern as well, because if you don't have any momentum in this game, then I think just the default farming state of Jug with Empower already allows TnC to accelerate.
See, I actually think that pick puts a lot of pressure on the Earth Spirit, because you really need that control coming out from the Earth Spirit and the next combination to offset the lack of the table from support Weaver.
I think at the end of the day, I'm just going to go with TnC here. Okay. I really believe that they currently feel like they're unstoppable, and with that alone, I think this draft is more than capable to win the game.
So once again, it looks like we have a split panel. I will go ahead and throw my lot in with Mineski to force a game 3. Eason likes TnC to close it up. Blaze?
So I've long and hard thinking about it, because I think it's going to be really close, but I'll say Mineski.
All right, guys. It is game 2 here in our final SEA playoff series. TnC 1 game away from Kiev. Mineski fighting for their lives. Let's throw it out to our casters one more time. Here are Lyrical and Luminous.
I haven't looked at his current item, Ninja Boogie. 2 Tangles and a Clarity, and this means his role as a mid harasser, a gank setup person, is going to be a lot less effective, right? You really need that Orb of Venom to do what he does best, which is rolling in and harass people.
Yeah, and it's sort of what I was mentioning, that I feel like, what are you going to do when you get the group up push from TnC? Like, they can try and team fight their way out of it, but it's going to, feels to me again like they're going to need perfect execution, whereas TnC, if you get a Blink Dagger on Magnus, you just sort of jump in, you RP him once things start to get chaotic. A very high ease of execution win for TnC. We'll see if they can translate that, though, and saying out that range creep first.
I think, honestly, one of the major game plan for Mineski is to kind of put them in a big deficit before that group up push actually happens.
Okay.
Because Ursa, I could see him getting off into a very good start in this lane, get the quick blink, and just kill.
Yeah. Oh, and he's going to get the deny as well on that range creep. So this should push in pretty effectively, although looks like they might have gotten one on the Radiant side as well. And laning-wise, we're seeing, of course, RR facing off against Rior on this Dazzle. Raven continuing to his pressure. But mid lane is into the favor quite heavily so far of the Ember, in spite of having that early Empower.
Yeah, I find that pretty surprising here. And this is actually for the first time in a long time, having a true 1v1 in the mid lane. Nobody coming in here throwing out ignites and poison touches. All right. Bottom lane here, RR in a lot of trouble. Drops the Impale, runs left away from the telekinesis lift. Great play by RR. Any other way he would have done it, he would have been dead. But Tim's getting that movement speed. There's one teleport coming in. He gets lifted back to the low ground. He cannot run that way anymore. And now here comes Jules. I'm not exactly sure what he can do, but at the very least, Raven could not have gotten off that spin.
All right, Battle Fury
Okay,
going
just
for
kidding.
RR. They're going to be able to take him down. He went back in for a moment, and now also Jules forced to pop the Shrine. Oh, man, that is a disastrous start here. They use the Shrine. They lose the Nyx. He's not going to have that regen in lane, and it's into their favor.
Mid lane, push back in here. Cuckoo brings Jay under the tower, but tower too busy with some creeps. So Jay, no harm, no foul for him.
Wow.
RR makes the 9K play and then walks in and dies.
Yeah.
Oh, feels bad.
I mean, he did his best, and unfortunately, the Jug, just a really good answer to the Nyx in general, and they're going to keep applying this harassment onto him. They have the Blade Fury up again, but not fully deciding to go for it. And in the meantime, you compare that to Sam H's lane, he's still getting experience here. He's having himself a decent time at the very least.
For now, I think once Ursa gets to face boots, he's going to have to go into the jungle.
Yeah.
I mean, he could stay in the trees to sap experience, but he's never going to hit a creep once face boot is online.
Another lift. RR in trouble yet again, going to get ran down by Raven. Jules trying to get it aggressive, but you can see he's barely even going to miss out on a creep here. Raven has been doing a great job of applying pressure when he needs to.
This is an issue that Mineski used to have, which was they have so many superstar players. Unfortunately, not all of them shows up to play Dota every single game. An issue with consistency, and seems like at least today, that old trouble is plaguing them again.
Well, mid lane at the very least, again, is going well for the Ember Spirit. He's about even with the Magnus. I'm curious to also see how Cuckoo chooses to build his skill build up. Obviously taking a lot into Shockwave early to be able to deal with what the Ember Spirit is throwing out. But later on, also, he's going to be able to help secure Juggernaut even more quick farm as the game goes on with that in power.
Yep. Also, the other interesting thing to talk about regarding to Bill is what kind of Bill we're going to see from Miracle. Whether it's going to be Blink first, HOD first. We also seen the casual Mask of Death first. So, obviously, you know, each one has its own benefits and weaknesses, but once it gets close to that point, we'll kind of talk about that.
Yeah. Ember moving over here, does guess right with the rune, is going to get a DD as his reward. And again, this dual lane just not really feeling like it's getting that much done. And oftentimes these support weavers, they'll head off into the jungle to try and get farm. We haven't seen Jules do that. He's level 2 at this point and only now going to start heading back to pick up the bounty rune. But, well, guess what? Tim's has already done it.
Yeah, so far I've been feeling zero impact from the Mineski support, both from the Earth Spirit as well as from the Weaver. And I feel like both of them are trying to do the same role, right? Which is harass lanes, get kills, and they're both kind of playing the 5 now because they have nothing to do. Just kind of pulling creeps. And
even to the point where they're sticking Ember in the jungle because they need this Weaver to get a lane for himself for a bit. And it's harder and harder to deal with Cuckoo in his lane also. So,
well, I wouldn't say they're purposely sticking the Weaver into a lane. It's more that this is a pretty common duck into the jungle to farm kind of pattern for Embers. So it's more of the Weaver just taking advantage of the fact that there is an empty lane. But you're right, he is going to get some stuff now.
And again, like Sam H, he's gone off to the jungle to farm. Nyx doesn't have the same luxury as far as his ability to farm early on, not quite as good. Aura could get lifted here if they wanted to, but not deciding to go for it. Raven still happy as a clam, got himself his own lane. He's not quite as far ahead as the Ursa has been, but still having a really good time.
Interesting that Raven actually skips his point of Blade Dance.
Yeah.
Not something I've seen too often. Maybe they're thinking of grouping up and pushing with the Healing Ward.
I think that's the plan here. And
but their team is not really exceptional at that, though.
Yeah. I think that if they can find kills off the back of like that Blink Dagger later on or whatever, that's going to be one of the ways to do it. But they can probably take down at least the tower.
All right, bottom lane here, they lift up RR, they throw the poison on him, but unfortunately,
nice
silence. The stun's going to be there, the Impale's going to be here as well. Raven taking a ton of damage. Omni Slash not going to all bounce. The Grave comes in, and the Healing Ward, that's a level 2 Healing Ward. They're going to beat on Raven. There's a lot of Fury Swipe stacks. He is going to be dead. Overall, great trade here from Mineski, even though they did have to bring in 2 other heroes to get it.
that was just about the best that they could have hoped for, and a really good play also to make sure that they end up TPing in with the bear. And this also gives a little bit of room up here at the top. Like, you could say, oh, you don't want to, like, you know, move your Ursa around too much early, but honestly, for that, that's well worth it.
Yeah, they need this next to catch back up, and now Jay makes the port up top as well. I think they have some ideas about this Centaur, but is it even possible?
Yeah, I mean, they're actually going to bring Raven up to the top side, and he does have no Omni Slash, but can at least...
oh, they're baiting him pretty hard.
Yeah, they want to go back in. Triple Remnant forward. Raven goes for the spin, trying to run away. They're TPing in now with the Dazzle. Can he get out, though? That's the question. In range, looking for the save. Does have the Grave if he wants to use it. No, it was on cooldown. Oh, Rior not able to save him. So again, TnC throwing away a little bit of advantage here.
I mean, you can't blame them, right? Juggernaut wanted to go up top to continue to stay in RR's lane and shut him down and slow him down. Did not expect Jay's rotation, so not really a TnC mistake, but a really great play from Jay instead. And I would say that they're kind of back in the game, right? 2 kills in a row over the enemy carry.
Yeah, absolutely. And down here bottom, Miracle trying to make a play. You got Ninja Boogie in the area. Could think about going for the silence. The stun is there as well. He's already used the chase, but there's going to be the Stampede to try and make his escape.
Oh, that would have been a sick guess if that hit him. But still, forcing out Stampede usage, and Miracle's still farming in the bottom lane. Looks like he is going to be going for the HOD. So he feels that this game is not about the Roshan sneak, nor is it about killing people left and right. You just want to get the basics and kind of scale into the mid game a little bit smoothly with a little bit more fun.
See mid lane. That is going to be a haste turn picked up for Jules. You've got Tim's. Does already have arcane boots for himself, as well as building towards a couple of different things. But they've got good vision over there on Tim, and they're not going to be able to bring down Rior there either. Already Weaver picking up the medallion. Things have definitely turned around at this point for Mineski, and it's to the tune of, you know, still very even in terms of the net worth.
I still don't think it's necessarily enough right now, especially from the level department. Mineski still lacking some critical level 6s, and as a result, they're unable to pressure the way that they would like. And very silently, Cuckoo has been able to build up a lot of net worth, just through the fact that he's, you know, just got that Iron Talon. He's jungling very efficiently. He does have that Echo Saber queued up, so he's looking to be the secondary damage dealer, apart from just a utility / initiator for the team.
Yeah, and this is a build that we've seen used in the CIS region. I think that it was Dendy that started it. A lot of other people have done it in the past as well. There's some movement down here towards bottom, hoping to find the Ursa, but as you can see, this ward that's placed spotted all of that movement and realized that they might need to come and defend this if they want to hold on to their tower.
No, Ursa not going to get caught this time around. Notice how he left the creep towards the left side of his tower, expecting some sort of big smoke wrap around there.
Yeah. They aren't going to find him. Pressure continues. A little Fade Bolt on a Miracle, why not?
And the critical thing right now is that Radiant, because of the ward behind the tower, they see all of that information. They know that there's a trap being laid for them, so they back off.
And it does force over the Ember Spirit here as well, just to make sure that they're not going to go down. And this ward, all the vision in the world, will expire now. Could even bait out a sentry by that, realizing that, you know, they're in the area. And the regen picked up there as well for the Ember Spirit. So top lane, your Nyx Assassin, currently level 6. You also have the level 7 on same.
Oh, bottom lane, they're going to make a go here onto the Dazzle. Dazzle gets netted up as well. Great play by Ninja Boogie, connecting the kick as well as the silence. And Stampede was also baited out from that, so yeah, got a lot of out of the deal. And I think with the Stampede gone, I think Miracle feels a lot safer trying to contest for this tier 1 bottom.
All right, well played. Find a kill. Looks like the Centaur as well is going to have the build in towards the hood. They're just gearing up for the late game. I think they feel comfortable with their lineup, and this is showing a little bit of diversity with the TnC group up. They're not just all about pressuring towers and taking them down at the start. They've got a Juggernaut with Empower. They've got Magnus, who's going for the Echo Saber build.
Yep.
You know, Centaur is a great hero in the late game as well. It feels like they're very comfortable with how this is looking. As Sam H going to get initiated on. Veil is out, but so much magical generation, able to triple remnant away and stays alive.
That was a great play. Using the RP whipping as well. Ugh. That triple Remnant dodged the Hoop Stomp and just laid in the damage at the same time. That was a beauty.
All right.
And meanwhile,
Mineski.
yeah, Alvin takes a tower bottom. So they're kind of hemming in. I like to kind of point out what you said about the versatility of TnC. I'm pretty sure they'd rather be the team that's, you know, being proactive, taking towers and whatnot, but it's really hard to do so against the Mineski lineup. This is kind of where they're hitting one of their first peaks when the Ember is so big. And now Ninja Boogie on the bottom side finds a go, and that's a net coming through from the Ursa. They're trying to get the kill, but the TPs are coming in fast. Sam H does have the Stampede, and it's going to happen now? No? Ninja Boogie's going to be the one they claim, though.
Yeah. Well, a good pickup there at the very least. They give it over to Cuckoo for the kill, and he is getting ever closer to that Echo Saber. I believe he just finished it off and should be brought out to him now. Which just gives him more possibilities to farm, as we see Raven going for the spin TP away, pushing out the mid lane, making sure that they don't overextend at various points. The Ember is here, and they don't have a spin on Jug for another couple seconds.
Does he see the root pick? Don't think he did.
They scan. Right clicks. They had a lift. Tries to go for it. Stealing a spell. Gets a stun out as well, but still alive. The healing ward making it work.
Yep. Fortunately for the Rubik, there was, I believe, only 2 Fire Remnant next to the cooldown. Bottom lane here, they're trying to make an escape. The kick not connecting here. And I don't know where was Miracle's trusty Dark Troll Summoner. That's really the reason why he has that creep, to get rid of a Stampede escape.
Yeah, off somewhere else across the map, no doubt. Looks like Rior is most likely dead. They do have Magnus here.
Are you sure? Drops the sentry immediately, but now, now the Rubik's going to take one for the team instead.
It was a good lift up. They try and go for the catch, and they are going to be able to hold on to R here. That is a pickup. They need to trade those kills in that way. I think that's definitely worth it for the Knicks.
And I don't think they're done yet. Sam H gets somewhat spotted by Ninja Boogie. Looks like Jay cannot rotate here in time.
All right. 5-6. Still very even. Is there a team that you're feeling like is getting more of what they want at this stage of the game, though? A team that's more comfortable with their position?
I think even though Mineski is getting all these tiny trades going their way, like, you know, they're trading a support for a core here and there, they're getting a tier 1 here and there, I don't think it's enough to pull themselves ahead, because the other side is working with Empower, and Juggernaut is comfortably head of this net worth, despite the 2 deaths he's got, right?
Yeah.
So I think if I'm a TnC fan, I'm fairly happy with the current game state.
You do have the Weaver that's building next towards the treads, and then finally finishing off the Aghanims later on down the line.
Right.
So that's something else that we're going to need to keep our eyes on in this fight, but it's still not like the be-all, end-all as far as...
Ooh, if they could pick up Raven here once again, that will be big.
Looks like Cuckoo backing out. They spot him under a ward here, but yeah, eyes down bottom. Tim.
Swarm's going to find himself Tim's. Can they chain him and cancel the TP? Yes, Jay does it at the very end. It looks like they're going to give the kill. Oh, actually, he wanted to give the kill, but the burn from Jay takes it.
Yeah. He stole Sakuchi there as well, but wasn't able to get away.
Rowan
Miracle chasing down Rior in some trouble. There's the silence. There's the stun. Can they finish him? Yes, they can. Did he use Magnetize?
He did. Because
I
think he body blocked Miracle a little bit, so he wasn't sure whether you know, Miracle will get there on time and whether the Grave will pop out. If the Grave did pop out, the Magnetize would have ensured the kill.
Yo, these wards by Mineski have been fabulous. Look at all this vision they've got here in the jungle. This has allowed them to find each and every one of these kills. They spot out all of the areas where TnC would be moving to try and farm, and they know that if they just get into a farming war with TnC, they're going to lose, so they have to find these picks.
Yeah. And Miracle is already on, you know, waiting for the pick up top. Fortunately, I don't think he could solo a Jug. I really love these wards because they don't see that much vision compared to like the best spots, but at the same time they're super hard to de-ward. It would not surprise me all these wards survived, so you know, they just kind of naturally time out.
Yeah, and maybe you need to think about getting a gem as well. That might be the answer eventually for TnC, but you also have to worry about who's going to hold it then. And if you're going to be going on de-ward missions and end up losing it, then you're really, really in a bad spot.
I mean, gem's great, right? You're dealing against a Weaver and a Nyx.
Yeah, totally. But they also need the items and abilities to fight Mineski outside of just spotting him out.
Yeah. I think I'm beginning to really understand why Mineski really favors the Ursa. That they pick it up for Miracle so much. It's the fact that they could pressure so effectively. And you're seeing it in this game, right? Again, they're only up by 3 kills, but it's just the nature of TnC. They're just helmed into their side of the map. They're just afraid to go anywhere.
Like this right here to me, this is RR just completely owning TnC.
Oh, well, his Vendetta just ran out, but here comes a 2-man silence. The kick misses. It's time to disengage.
There's the lift back, now in trouble. Gonna be able to steal Vendetta as well. Tim's already used Flame Guard, trying to run him down. Omni Slash used, a little bit of damage coming out, and they find that kill.
All right, but at the same time, Miracle is gonna be going for the Roche. Looks like the Mud Golem was brought there to tank some of the hits. And Tier 1 is likely gonna be forfeited as a result.
Yeah, they scan out this side as well. Spot out that it could have been a hero in the area, but now with Roche going down, they know that they don't have to be too worried, at least as of yet. We'll see what ends up happening. Ember Spirit, meanwhile, cutting creep waves. And they're getting in position to try and fight, but already gone is Raven.
Yep. That was a really smart scan, because if there's...
Wait, mid lane though, Raven now in trouble. Manta Dodge try to get out. He doesn't have a spin, needs to run out of mana, and there's the Stampede to get him away. That was real close though.
That Mud Golem came in a little late. If he got off the stun, probably likely they're going to get the kill. Jules, is he going to give away Sakuchi?
I mean, he can also do a good bit of damage here. Needs to be careful. Vendetta with the Fade Bolt's no joke.
Ursa get pushed back, but Cuckoo Impale gonna hit through the trees, and that's gonna be the kill.
Oh, no,
he got Sakuchi, but the fire is gonna be enough.
Yeah, they're kind of feeding away a couple of kills here and there. TnC, they got to pull it back together if they want to make a play. And Mineski likewise, just not giving them an inch. You're seeing some great play out here from the Earth Spirit as a whole. Like, he's missed that last kick, but by and large has enabled the Ursa to kind of go ham. And they've just said, you know what, Miracle, take it. Game on your back.
Yep. Tier 2's going to go down. I don't think they could really fight this, especially without the Magnus RP. I think the true test for Mineski isn't about how well they're playing right now, which they are playing super well. It's the high ground, because you're trying to push up the high ground with Ursa and Ember. I don't know who the hell is going to hit the building on this team. And it's so hard to go high ground against Hoof Stomp and RP. You know, I almost want to say it's impossible unless TnC make a big blunder.
I think it also comes back to making sure the Weaver gets a good timing on the Aghanims, because if Jules does get it, then you can sort of siege with Ursa and then have the time lapse from far away, because it is that 1,000 range cast with the Aghanim Scepter.
Normally, I agree with you in saying that, you know, the Axe Weaver is a big game changer, but in this game, not so much in my opinion. Hold that thought, because Nyx is... Alright, never mind. We're good. In this game, there's 2 ways you could go about it, right? Number 1, if your whole team gets RP, it doesn't matter if you could time-lapse one person.
Right.
You're losing that team fight regardless. And we've definitely seen that happen in this particular C qualifier time and time again. Number 2 is, if you're using that time-lapse as a kind of a backup tool, let's say by sending Ursa to siege the tier 3 building, you got to keep in mind that Cuckoo could blink skewer you all the way back to the tier 4s.
Right.
And that might just be outside of your 1,000 cast range, or they could just kill you quickly enough before Weaver could react and close that distance to get off that time lapse. So, don't get me wrong, I think time lapse is still an amazing spell once Jules gets to it, but it's not a guaranteed victory once you get the item.
Fair enough. Well, in the meantime, Cuckoo gonna keep trying to get his farm on. Does have the Blink Dagger. We've talked about how important this item is. We also have it on the Centaur. We have not seen these in a big fight yet. We have Smoke on Dazzle, ready to try and move out and see if they can find a pick, but it's also an Ags on Ursa. This is a great item for him in this game. I think, like, being
it's
able
okay. It's okay.
against RP.
Yeah, you could break out an RP, break out that Hoof Stomp. But I'm seeing a scenario where if Miracle gets stunned once, he's going to get chain stunned.
Alright.
I mean, it's great. Again, don't get me wrong. Bottom looks like we're going to see a fight. Oh, Ninja is going to tank one for the team, man.
Super dead. What was that stolen? Boulder Smash. Alright, so Rubik's going kicking everybody.
You can actually kick the boulders that Earth Spirit leaves behind.
You can also kick the people.
That's true, too.
It's going to make a joke about TnC kicking people, but I don't know.
No, they don't kick anybody.
Demon, man.
That's true. I mean, it seems like they have done fine
Absolutely. Oh, jump forward. Tim's kick him away. They're going to actually look for this. Enrage. It's actually about to cool off. They've got Omni Slash slowed up. Diffusal Blade there. If they want to use it to stomp, no. He's still going to be brought down. Bottom lane, there's also a fight breaking out where Jules has taken down Cuckoo, but Miracle Aegis gone. Sam H controlled over here to the side, but the read goes
the kick.
over here to the side. Tim's there on top of him. Magnetized. Good grave. Raven still holding on to Omni Slash. Now uses it on the Miracle. They have the Shrine to keep Tim's alive. Turning it on to Ninja Boogie. Can they bring him down? Stolen. Magnetized. Everybody is out and possibly going to end up falling. It looks like Miracle is going to drop. And
here comes Jay. He's got no mana. Jay's in there trying to do what he can. It looks like it will be just enough to get the reorg kill. Raven very smartly backs up. He could probably do something, but it's just too risky for him to stay. I mean, at the end of the team fight, it was, what, 4 for 2, 4 for 3 if you include the Aegis. Honestly, not too bad for TnC considering how the game's going.
Yeah, I mean, losing 4 heroes here, it never feels good, but the fact that you got the Aegis off, it slows down the timing of Mineski fairly heavily, and this, again, is Empower.
Mineski's also not getting any objectives out of that fight, so it's just a 4 for 3.
Let's see, they're setting up for this. They want to go, but do they realize that there is an RP waiting? Oh, man. All right, they don't have vision on Mag just yet, but they almost do. And Raven has no idea that they're wrapping on him. If they go onto Raven right now...
Here's the thing.
Oh, God. This could be big. They're going in. All right, they spot him now. Cuckoo. Jump forward. What? Oh, the Sentry Ward. They spotted him up here on the high ground, but there's the counter Impale. Now trying to jump away. It looks like Mineski are going to back out.
Yeah. Well, another RP down.
All right, yeah. Nicely done.
Miracle's here. He actually wants to fight this. It's going to be hard to kill Raven. Raven, with the Manta Diffusal Blade, pretty much has Miracle's number from this point on. Oh, here comes the Troll Warlord.
They jump in. Trying to find him.
Sorry.
Some of them mark.
The Troll Summoner, excuse me. Troll Warlord not in this game.
Now they're all weaved as well. So this fight becomes a lot harder. Are Mineski really going to stick around and try and go after them here?
I think they're sticking around, going to hold the tier 1. I don't think they could actually pursue TnC though.
Okay.
Especially without Ninja Boogie, who is kind of lumbering up top.
Oh, Miracle.
Wait, Miracle?
Miracle? He has Enrage.
Time lapse. Oh, just baiting it up, and now perhaps, the chain's not hitting, and now here comes Miracle re-engaging Ninja Boogie, coming in from the back line as well, but that Impale making a big happen here for TnC. Damage is dropping high, and looks like we're going to jump in. Jay doing a lot, and now it's going to be, wait, Omni Slash?
They're turning it back around. They're going to be able to bring him down, but already Raven the kills. They're all over him. 5 dead from Mineski.
What happened there?
All right, so Omni Slash from Jug with Empower is pretty good. That's first.
Yeah.
Second of all, Rubik is a goddamn god. Tim's with the Impale twice and then Fade Bolt as well.
I think his Impale hit like 2 to 3 at least.
Yeah.
And that just removed the Nyx immediately.
And also Echo Saber on Magnus. This is the reason why Mineski's draft can hurt, because you've got these 2 just heavy damage dealing cores, and there wasn't even an RP in that fight.
Yeah, that's the scary part. It could be worse.
And I think that this is why we picked TnC's draft to be quite strong in this game. I am very concerned for Mineski. Off the back of that, you look at what this graph is going to start doing.
Wait, Nyx on Cuckoo's tail.
That would have been the play.
No, he just blinked Tip Fog. RR had so many chances. Now he was waiting for his team to come by. Now Swarm's going to come through, checking the Roche. And Force Staff going to be coming away. Stampede, what a stun.
Yeah. RR redeems himself there. That was a good play. And they're able to pick it up. Mineski still very much a threat in this game with the Aghanim's Weaver. All of these things end up working out to be, creating a potent force, but it needs to be a really good fight for them.
I'm not sure how much of a threat they are anymore. Again, they have to win at least one fight to have a chance to push high ground, and then they have to win a second fight at the high ground to actually take buildings, because the team just, they hit building for like 150 damage. Who cares?
No, it's true. It's not easy, and it's not like they have amazing comeback potential, but if you can blow up one, that's where you're sort of, I'm assuming, what they're looking to do here. And it's just a scary prospect. Raven empowered. He is so farmed, 4,000 gold ahead of the next highest in the game. And I mean, even just the empowered damage there onto Jules, it's bringing him so low.
Stomp. Stomp. They got him. They know they got him. They
There's
dust him up. He goes time lapse, so he gets lifted, and now R comes in to help his
stole
teammates.
time lapse too.
I mean, that's only he doesn't have Axe, right? So it's just a time lapse for himself. But Jules just playing super cocky. That high risk and the low reward play.
All right, movement now up to high ground. Raven is there. He's gonna try and move forward and take down this tower. Can they stop him? I don't think so. Ends up going back.
Somebody's got to deal with that healing ward, or else all of Jay's harass is, useless.
What a freaking game right now. TnC all over it. They jump in with that.
No.
They got the lift. Bimbo in trouble. They get the RP as well. Can they bring him down in time? Omni Slash as well. He's going to fall, and Omni Slash is over all of them. The Empower doing work, but they are going to need to stampede out now. Raven 4-stepped away. Again, Tim's trying to keep his buddy alive. Manta trying to get out. He is going to fall there. Still, though, the damage coming in from the mag is quite significant, but they have stepped too far now, and 4 go down. Mineski hold their high ground.
Oh my god, that was the best Earth Spirit play I've seen in a long while. Ninja Boogie put his whole team on his shoulder. He started off by silencing the Dazzle, which was the target that Miracle was going on. Without the Dazzle, without the Grave, that fight just looked so lopsided. And then he came back in with multiple man stuns. He was like a silencer and a TIE Hunter together by himself.
Yeah, and I think, too, when you're looking at this, it gives them access towards Roshan. And you talked about needing to win a fight and then also push up to high ground to get an objective.
And then win another fight there.
Like, this is the other answer, is going to get an objective at Roche. And now look where they're at. Their top lane is pushed in. They're all moving over in this direction. I think that they've got the capabilities to put the screws to TnC right here.
Yeah, and that was a super risky play by Jay. He didn't even have a remnant down, but he blinked in just to kill the healing ward. And he got lifted, he got RP. It would have been really bad, but...
Skewer back. Miracle going to be pulled further back. They've got the chain stun. All right, there's the time lapse. Yeah.
I really appreciate that. Like, he could have ulted any time to just start walking away, but he had trust in his teammates. Like, I got you. And Jules did get him.
Absolutely.
Ooh, the smoke, the fake back.
They want to go. Nyx is scouting, but is passing by a sentry ward. No other vision in the area to see that the Nyx is looking.
Okay, Sam H. Outside the base. Is that the one you want? Oh, they want Raven. Raven is by far the most important target. Line it up.
They're there. Oh, it's all through. And the stun, the counter RP, though. Is it going to be enough? The Omni Slash there onto 3. He's already dead. Miracle now in trouble, too. He's going to drop. Oh, it looked good for a moment, but the reactions were there for Cuckoo, and the Aegis now gone.
They got Aegis, and they're going to try to go for this. Here comes Shay on the way back. They're going to try to focus everything on Miracle. He needs that time lapse. Where's the time lapse? Jules, get his back. Miracle trying to... Oh, that time lapse at the very last second, and they're going to try to fight this. But the Magnetize did so much work. I think that was a Magnetize from the Rubik, and all in the end is still not enough. Raven survives to the very end. But it's a 4-for-3. Weaver and Earth Spirit is still alive, but I don't think these two supports could actually take an objective.
Yeah, they had to buy back on the Rubik there to get into the fight and help out. But you can see damage done. Ember Spirit did a ton, but the Omni Slash, again, is just so hard to deal with. With the Empower there and all of those heroes grouped up.
That time lapse, though.
I know, that time lapse was absurd.
That was some true trust test. He still died there. I mean, that team fight, though, they started the fight with 3-man Impale on, I believe, the 2 supports and the Centaur, and it still wasn't enough, because you need to get the Magnus.
Yeah.
Well, I think you need to get the Magnus and the Centaur.
And think about how different that fight looks if you don't get the time lapse out from Jules as well.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still thinking that it's a scary, scary sight, and it could go either way, but I feel like right now, TnC don't have to hit a huge RP to win a fight, whereas Mineski kind of need everything in their arsenal.
Yeah, Mineski needs to outplay every single fight. I mean, we saw TnC playing perfectly for like, I don't know, 40 minutes straight. Yeah, way bottom.
And Ninja Boogie most likely going to die here, able to interrupt it. Do that, and there's the second double edge for the kill.
All right. Not very important kill. But, again, Mineski losing a big opportunity because that Aegis was kind of their one-way ticket to win a fight and perhaps do some high ground damage. But without that, I think it's, TnC advantage again.
So Shrine, the first one, about to die. They're pressuring this bottom lane, and TnC now looking to keep the pressure on. Like, I'm not sure if they can really go for it though, because top lane's still being pushed in.
Yeah.
And it is an advantage right now, just ever so slightly into the favor of Mineski. 2,000 gold, right around 7,500 experience.
That number lie.
That number lie?
Yeah, it's not in the Haas. Because right now the tier 3 is down for Mineski, so TnC eventually will be able to remove all the shrines on the map.
Yeah.
So that pocket, that's like what, 750 gold. Whereas Mineski don't have the same luxury. And TnC is working with a better late game, in my opinion.
Yeah, people underestimate how good Empower is, and particularly with the plus 15% now that you've got on the level 20 talent for Magnus.
Yep.
This makes it even better. Plus 50 bonus cleave and damage. It's quite significant.
Especially Juggernaut, like just building just stats item, right? Agility items.
Yeah.
Once like he gets a butterfly, oh my god, even more damage.
Well, there
Look
it
at
is.
him, he's hitting for 400 damage.
And I mean, the cleave is going to be applied retroactively. I think so. The next cleave is when you're really going to start to see it ramp up a little bit more.
Yep.
I believe that's the way that interaction works. I'm sure it is. Yeah, 880 crit. That ain't bad.
So 400 damage without crit, without mana burn. My goodness.
I mean, he still has to be worried about the Ursa. That's
Does
what
he?
the
He
thing.
has butterfly.
I mean, physical damage
There's
once
no,
you get the
there's
MKB.
no, yeah, there's
and
no
he's far
MK.
away.
Yeah. Once you have the MKB, that's a different story. But
Oh no, it does apply it right away. So yeah, he's still sitting at the right amount.
I'm just reading the numbers.
Okay.
It says 400 or more.
All right, the Dire scan it. They realize that they're there.
Oh, Jay trying to push this tower by himself. And in fact, it's TnC looking to go on the high ground. Here we go.
They're going for it. Need to be very, very careful. They're going to jump back in. The stun onto Raven. Does have that
Glimmer
healing
cape.
ward still there. Misses the skewer. Fine.
Jay blinks forward. Woo. Swarm on the, they're slowing things down. There is a fairly decent sized creep wave on the bottom. The siege unit going to work on a tier 3 tower, but will TnC continue with their push? I think they should go back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, again, they weren't able to bait out the glyph or anything else like that, but they can keep farming, and still with the better late game lineup, they're going to be fine with this, I believe.
I mean, Raven's net worth looks like an Alchemist net worth bar right now.
Yeah.
He's just like so far ahead.
And I do not believe that smoke was scouted either. They're going to be moving into the jungle. If they could find Jules somehow at the start of the fight. That's the other thing, is that they just need a way to be able to shut down that Weaver.
Oh, they're clumping up. This is not looking good. Did it have vision is the question.
They got Ninja Boogie, though. He's going to drop so quickly. He's going to get off a stun.
Oh, they're going to get an RP as well. It's going to be Blink Skewer onto... Okay, first hit bash by Miracle.
Oh, God, he's dead. They've so got him.
Yep.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, no enrage, no nothing. He's gone, and they do have buyback on the Ursa, but no buyback on the Earth Spirit, and now it's time to pressure. They still have this, Ember Spirit down here in the top lane, who's
They got a
trying to
TP
get
though.
counterput.
They got a TP. So
Yeah.
I don't think TnC can push.
I think they can.
You
Right?
think they're gonna push without Magnus?
I mean, Magnus can join up with them. I think that they could, honestly, if they wanted to.
No, you're not pushing without Magnus. That's no Empower, no RP.
Maybe they'll wait for him.
Yeah, they'll definitely wait for him.
He's making the trip. Look at this guy plod along. He's going down the mid lane. I'm coming.
That ass, man. Look at him. Look at them legs.
All right, mid lane again. They're in position. Stun onto Raven. Still holding strong. They have vision of him even through that Glimmer Cape. Now they take it out. They're actually able to burn through the healing ward, but there's the lift. They found the Ember. Hoof Stomp is also not going to quite be on the mark.
They have time lapse, so it's not that. Oh, Stampede just used to get the hell out. Okay.
You don't want to be here anymore.
All right.
Yeah, with,
I
maybe with
mean-
the healing ward down, or I don't know exactly what that was.
Mineski goes like, all right, seems good. Defended.
All right, they hold.
Yeah.
I like that, though, because they made a decision. We're leaving. We're not going to stick around any longer.
They made a definite decision to leave, to Stampede out. I mean, that is the ultimate. We're out.
Yeah. Like, I think that oftentimes what you end up seeing in some of these qualifying games is indecision from teams that aren't like, the tippity top cream of the crop. And because of that, you now have, situations that were that backup where you get punished from it.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Mineski just making those mistakes last game.
Yeah.
When they kind of momentarily got ahead and then lost the advantage. A Lincoln Sphere from our Juggernaut, and you know, he's far enough ahead, he's got the Empower, so he's okay to actually go back for a defensive item like that. And the possibility of Aegis.
Yep. In towards it, and now no real way to come and contest this for Mineski.
Just critting from 900 with the freaking Lincoln Sphere on his inventory.
That's nuts. And actually going to drop his boots as well to pick up this Aegis.
Jesus.
Let's see who takes that one. Looks like it's going to be for Tim's. Again, though, the thorn in their side. You've got the Ember Spirit pushing this in, even through the backdoor protection. They're going to back out through it.
Feels like somebody needs a BOTs too.
Yeah. Do you expect that we're going to see some type of I mean, I guess you can't really like go all in at all, but I don't know. What do you feel? How do you feel like TnC break this base at this point? Do you just need to try and get all the creep waves pushed out and then go down mid, or what's your read on that?
Yeah, just keep the waves push. You know you got the better late game. Just can't keep sending Juggernaut in, right? Eventually, you're going to wear down the base. Maybe switch over to the range racks in terms of the focus instead of the melee. You start wearing that down. The only kind of big issue is that Jay is about to hit 25. And with Octarine and the possibility of perma searing chains, that can make the push extremely difficult if your plan is only sending in the Juggernaut.
Right.
So, and he's about to hit 25 now.
I mean, he does have Manta and Blade Fury, but there's an opportunity to catch him at the very least.
Jay is going to push bottom again.
And that one
The
pressured.
rat.
But that does leave open an opportunity here in the mid lane. Raven gets stunned. He's back in. The Fusel Blade, or rather the Purge Creep on top of him. Raven gets stunned again.
Mana burn.
Okay, they're on top of him there, and
Oh, the
everybody's
blink
jumping
bash.
towards them. The healing ward. They've stolen chains. There's the jump in. The skewer back out.
Time lapse.
Miracle in trouble. Okay, he's fine.
Yep. Raven looking for Jay. Jay taking a ton of damage. Will have to blink back. The Raxus will need to be glyphed right about now. It'll get popped.
Yeah.
Blink in, trying to bash him again. Raven's out of mana at this point, so no Omni Slash, no healing ward just yet, no spin.
Yeah, he's going to be able to get it now, and there's the turn. There's the melee barracks gone down, and TnC maybe going to be happy with that. Can
Jay?
they find anything, though, on the retreat? The chains onto 2. Remnant forward. Reor pops the glyph, or rather the grave, and there's the TP away. Tim's going to be controlled and killed off, and it looks like they actually do get the dazzle as well.
They get 2, and I think they're looking for more. Cuckoo, I like his positioning. He's in the trees. He's looking to RP. Do they have detection? That's the problem. They have Gem available from Sam H.
Now. Oh, God. This is actually really scary. TnC need to get out.
TnC could wipe them, though. Like,
Yeah.
if they get an RP, they could literally wipe Mineski. Oh, Jay gonna get the hoop stomp on him. They need that time lapse. Where is it?
RP, they continue it, and the time lapse actually is going to pull him back in towards it. Now Miracle is already starting to drop, pops the Enrage, but can he actually kill them all off? Ninja Boogie as well, starting to drop low. They've got so much damage on this team, continuing the chase.
Ooh, the Impale hits 2, and here comes Shay again. That's so much damage. The other way back, Raven spinning away. Do they want him or do they want Samage? They want everybody. They want Raven. The sun not gonna hit. And Miracle, he pops the Enrage, but Raven kills him through the Enrage. Can they actually kill this Juggernaut? I'm not so sure. Oh, the buyback comes out. They gotta run now.
Yeah, they need to get the hell out of here. Sam H.E. is going to go for the stomp,
Silence.
able to get the silence
Stun.
off.
Oh
Ninja
my
Boogie
God.
is playing out of his mind
Oh
right
my
now.
God.
The Impale Dazzle is not here in time as TP was on cooldown.
That's a
Cannot
dieback.
group up with them. A dieback for the Centaur, and no great answer. I mean, they take the melee barracks, but they lose so much in return.
I mean, but, okay, they don't get an objective.
Yeah.
Mineski wins the fight, and then what? They have to farm.
Yeah, this is really tough. You do have the acronyms now there for the Nyx Assassin. Ninja Boogie is really, really playing a
Ninja
great
Boogie
game.
for president.
Yeah. He's having a great time with it. You have buyback on all of the other heroes for TnC that are dead except for the Centaur. It's just holding on to being able to break high ground against
Well,
this team.
the other big thing was that Jay also had to buy back there.
Right.
And he's the one that's taking the most risk every single fight, right? He's the one that's in the enemy base split pushing. He's the one that's jumping in to kill healing wards and all that jazz. What if the next fight Jay dies? That's the game. I mean, like, Mineski's walking on a tightrope as well.
No, it's true. And we're at this stage too. Like, you look at the net worth graph, it's just this roller coaster ride.
I mean, that graph doesn't matter anymore.
No, but I mean in terms of the momentum of the game, that just when you start to feel like TnC are getting to an unassailable point, Mineski come back and then start taking over the game again. They have a team fight like that just blows it wide open. And I feel like they have to find this Weaver in these engagements. He's been so key to staying alive in there. It's just so ridiculously strong. The 10-second or 16-second cooldown.
Yeah. I also think that it's an utmost priority for Miracle to finish this MKB. I wonder if he's even going to forgo his buyback for the MKB, because the next time that the Juggernaut comes at your base to push like that, they need some real way to damage him. And the MKB allows him to do that.
Well, TnC, again with questions to answer. Raven is still just a monster. He finished off a Scotty on top of everything else this guy's got, and gets the +20 agility to boot.
So how much damage does Empower represent right now?
Not exactly sure.
We got to have to wait to see, you know, when it runs out.
Weaver also is almost level 25 himself, which is nuts to me out of this position 4. He's got his Lincoln Sphere and now going back for the Deso as well, so he wants to build into some amount of damage and become that extra core for the side of Mineski.
And I think this is the game you take the Sakuchi movement speed, right?
Oh, you always take the Sakuchi movement speed.
I mean, there were some games that you might want to consider.
25 magical resistance? What?
Man. I
Have you seen the Sakuchi movement speed?
I've seen it. I've seen it. But sometimes your job is to make sure you survive, you know?
That's fair enough.
I think it's more of for the core Weavers rather than the support ones.
I'm with you.
All right, I heard a smoke popping on the mid lane. Weave is applied, and they are on the hunt.
Want to take down the big bad Ember Spirit that's been causing them so much trouble.
If they pick Ember, they win.
Yeah.
That's
oh, God. And you know what? He's right there.
He's right there.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's out!
All right, well, they canceled the RP.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for that.
Whew. My heartbeat for this game.
I know. Earth Spirit also, by the way, is building into an Aghanim Scepter. He's only around 1,200, I think it's 1,400 gold away from finishing that one off. And another one of those saving items for a single target.
Wait, who's doing that? Sorry.
Earth Spirit?
Earth Spirit.
Enchant Remnant.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be big.
Yeah, either for, like, you know, defensive or offensively. It's really great.
Okay. Definitely TnC advantage, but I'm not sure if they're guaranteed to win this game, man.
Look at this kick. It's like he's trying to pull mid again. That does reveal his position. They know he's up here. But movement now up towards the top side. Backdoor protection is off, and Raven hits incredibly hard. Lincoln Sphere on top of him.
He's permanently chained, so he needs to Manta or spin.
Yeah, and he's there, going to hit the tower. They're doing a lot of damage to it. Raven getting hit, backing up.
But he did what? I don't know, 80% of the tower's damage?
Yeah.
Or tower's HP?
Stealing the chains now for Tim's. And unfortunately, it is just the 3-second duration there. So everybody backs up, boots of travel online, time to push out these lanes, and they can kind of just do this over and over again. Like, Jug hits hard enough that you can take down the rest of those tier 3s.
Are there any big talents that could be gone, or any 25s that could kind of turn things around? I'm looking more so for the Mineski side, and I just don't really see how can they break this pattern, right? Because TnC could just keep on walking up the hill like that. Eventually, they'll take the Raxus.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think that there's much that's like crazy out there. The +10 Fury Swipes damage is pretty good. I actually haven't seen the level 25 or so which ones they go for, but I can imagine if it allows you to sort of bring down Juggernaut faster, it gets to the point where Raven's not willing to take that risk going up high grounds.
I mean, does the Ags from Earth Spirit, does it have any value? Like, can you like maybe rock the Juggernaut and kick him into your fountain?
That's probably the play.
Is that really the play?
No, that's definitely the play. Like that, that happens a lot.
Well, here's the thing: he's got Aegis, so I don't know if that's a play anymore.
No, I think it still is. Like, if he's up there, then you can try and kick him out of position, because it's not a long cooldown either. The Enchant Remnant, like it's fairly long.
It's more that you put your Earth Spirit in a very dangerous position to make that play work. Yeah. So it's not like a no-risk play, right? You gotta commit something to it.
Well, backdoor protection taken down again. We do have the Knicks burrowed here on the high ground. They're going to throw out the Impale, jump on top of him. Sam H controlled as well. Is maybe in some trouble, silenced as well. He's not able to take out and use Stampede yet, but they don't care. They're just on top of these barracks, hitting them away at him. Lift up as well. Miracle pops the Enrage. They have no more saves now if they are able to jump in for a big RP, but Blink Dagger's still disabled and it looks like they're going to run away.
Healing ward, putting everybody around. Jay goes, snipes the healing ward. Weaves gets applied.
That is so risky, but
This is Jay, man. He does
the
that
play.
for you know, breakfast. Oh God, Jules, what are you doing? Jules, you're being seen right now. Jules, get out of there. Oh my God.
that was really close. But now they're jumping in again a second time. Cuckoo pops his BKB. Can they break the Blink Dagger? Miracle is on top of Raven. They use the RP for Miracle. They use the time lapse and the Enrage at the same time. But now the Omni Slash comes. Is it going to be enough damage? I think it's not. And, well, trying to chase down, see if they can kill off Jay. He's going to be able to remnant away. Jules gets hook stomped as well, but they can't bring him down as of yet. So close, but so far. It's not enough. Sam H onto Miracle. Another Enrage, another time lapse. He's going to live, and now Jay jumps back in. They burn through the Aegis. I think Mineski are doing it. Cuckoo is going to fall
Are you
as
sure?
well.
Raven's right there. He's actually going in the base. He's getting bashed right now. They need some truly RN Jesus. Where's Jesus?
He couldn't find Jesus.
It's Forsaken.
Oh my God. They ended up doing it though. They hold the high ground by and large.
But they don't get anything.
I mean, yeah, it's true. That's the rough
They get
part
3
about
kills.
it.
Who the hell cares?
Yeah.
All right, Jay on the bottom side. Gonna try to get some wave back out. This is what they needed.
Yeah.
That was his Jesus Miracle. Man, he went for the ultra safe play, right? He saved for buyback, but if he went all in to get that MKB for that fight, oh
Right.
man, it would have made all the difference in my opinion.
Yeah, I think though that you still have this point where you can at least think about trying to force some type of reaction. Like Magnus is dead for 40 more seconds, and they could come down here. It's still just so hard to pressure.
Yo. Get out of there,
He
Jay.
doesn't have.
Oh,
Okay.
he does.
Okay.
You know what? You know what I think Raven needs? I think Raven needs to ditch his Diffusal Blade and go for Basher.
As a full Abyssal Blade, maybe.
Yeah, because currently there's no fear, right, from Jay. Like unless Jay messes up, which I don't think he will. Like he's not gonna die to at least the Juggernaut. By the way, Miracle working on these shrines. In fact, I think both shrines are simultaneously being taken down. So a little bit of gold going towards the pockets.
Yeah, I mean that's the value there also of being able to take down this top tier 3 tower. They can
Right.
finally start to secure some of these outer objectives and not give away Roshan for free every time like we've seen. So 48 minutes in, 24 to 34, still within a 10,000 net worth lead. It's never eclipsed that for either side, although experience very heavily into the favor of Mineski, and they're making use of it with the level 25 talents.
All right, let's check them out. Anything cool that we've been? I mean, we talked about Ember being so key. Weaver is also 25, taking
hold
the
on.
Sakuchi.
They almost popped that smoke there. He's going to get out of there.
And then next is not 25 yet. They only got 2 25s.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be there soon. And I think that is the Spike Carapace worth it? Plus 200%?
Oh, Jay is blinking into the base. He's working on the Ranger Axis.
I don't know if they're going to be able to get him in time. They don't have that instant disable.
I
Yeah, they
mean-
need that Abyssal Blade, I think. I like that idea more and more from Jug.
Well, I mean, the Abyssal Blade is really good only with Blink as well.
Yeah.
Magnus working for Refresher. Okay. Oh, man. I mean, actually, Tim's is their instant disable, right? Blink telekinesis.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe Ember could think about going back for a Lincoln Sphere himself and dropping out that for the Veil.
Sure. By the way, Sam H has Refresher addicts. That's also another issue that Mineski has to deal with.
They have the Enchant Remnant now as well from the Earth Spirit, so 45-second cooldown on that one. And could be a
this
game
game.
changer.
This is going to be a crazy one.
Oh, up here in the top, they got the RP onto him. Ember Spirit in trouble. He is going to drop. Just went back in one too many times. Shadow Blade used, and Magnus found the kill.
All right, so you go down mid, force the buyback, or go down top, whatever the lane is.
And Raven not afraid of anything. He actually hasn't even gotten the Moon Shard yet either, so still has a lot of room left to grow.
Look at Jules, he's moving so fast.
I know, that's the thing. It's such a good talent.
Oh, dude, they're hunting Jules as well. They see him.
They want him.
Get out.
RP is still on cooldown.
Smoke
They
gets broken
break the
immediately.
smoke. All right, in the scary part, they end up catching one. Tim's on top as well. Omni Slash onto Miracle, but they don't have the reveal. And can they actually get out of here? BKB has already been popped, trying to find somebody. The Ember Spirit is chasing now on top of Rior, is able to kill off Tim's. Raven trying to get out. He is going to be able to make the escape, but Rior is going to fall. So that's 3 dead. All of them without buyback.
At the back here, RR finds himself Cuckoo. Cuckoo's trying to run away, but the Ember Spirit is jumping in. He blinks on the left side. RR skewers away, but is this the right play? They're chasing Ring around the Rosie, around the whole map for a freaking Magnus.
I think it is. Because if you can force out that mag buyback now, they're already going to be able to push.
All right. Again, this team does not push for Jack, but now they have a Weaver, right? Weaver actually is hitting for damage now.
Yeah, and they're going to actually... I was wondering if they were going to come back and defend, and they are going to be able to keep that mid lane pushed out, but they forced the buyback from the mag. Miracle's still holding on to this.
Oh my god, Mineski perhaps is doing it. Oh god, Raven is critting off the creeps and is actually killing Miracle.
They're going in with Cuckoo. He has RP back up now. Does he go for it? He's taking a ton of damage onto him. The stun. They stunned him for the moment as well. The RP connects on it too, but they need the damage on top of him quickly. They find it. They get the kill. Raven.
Top. Jules getting the lane of Rax. He's trying to work for it. And he is gonna get it. Time to get the hell out, boys. Okay. 2 buyback is available on the Mineski guys that are dead. Jay, again, out of buyback for a while.
All right, let's take stock of this game. Again, you've got all 5 heroes for TnC up. They are going to probably try and force some type of a buyback here.
For sure. Roche is not up yet.
Yeah, still a ways away before it could even respawn. So TnC know that. They're going to try and pressure this out and at least force buybacks. But they need to be careful because if they do happen to get caught out, there's no buyback for Magnus.
Yes.
Yeah, he's going back for the Basher as well.
Oh, you're talking about Juggernaut?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think he's got the whole thing. He's got the whole Abyssal. Yeah, he just needed to send it to the side shop, or secret shop, excuse me, to pick up that vid booster. All right, buyback number 1 from our Earth Spirit.
They want to hold on to the other one. You've got down here the Ember Spirit continuing the push, so the creeps are passively going to go in, but TnC are going to the top lane, and they want to get this. They'll get it so quickly. Spin forward, crush onto Jules. Okay, in trouble. Dead. He's going to drop.
Oh my god!
They buy back twice. They need more buybacks here, though. Everybody buys back. TnC, you need to run away. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. Maybe even worth committing the Stampede. They've already used it.
They want to fake back that.
I don't know about this play. All of their lanes are pushing in. I think that they need to go back right now. If they lose a fight here, likewise if they win, yeah, TnC, you just need to get out.
I mean, look at the bottom Raxus. It's going to just
they
go
need
down
to get
the
out
creep.
of here.
Somebody TP the J. In fact, it's going to be one to TP the J. We'll just take a lane of Rax. I think that range creep, yep, that's range Rax down. Jay not going to get the melee Rax, and it's going to regen over time. Top is cleanly done. All right, I think, you know what, Mineski sits in their fountain, or not fountain, sits in their base for the next,
I like that idea.
Next 5 minutes. They need their buybacks back.
Yeah, they definitely do. I completely agree with you. They can't try and push out. Likewise, though, if you give up Roshan because it's now going to be up, it's a long respawn time. But that, to me, feels like the only thing that you can really go and contest. You can't try and get other stuff done there, really. It's just too risky.
Oh, my God. I mean, again, who's ahead right now? Is it TnC that's ahead because they're the stronger team?
I think because of buybacks, TnC is in the lead right now. There's 4 buybacks used. No, all of them. All of the buybacks have been used. So there is this 5-minute window where if they find like anybody kill and singular kill, they're going to win the game basically.
But I mean, you could make an argument that it's Mineski advantage in the fact that there's 2 lanes pushing in from the side, and now Jay going for the melee Rax, he's gonna get it.
Yeah, this is.
Wait, are they pinging out the throne?
They want to go for it.
TnC? Question mark? Okay.
I mean, they have buybacks of their own, and they can try and go into this, but this feels really risky to me. Movement now forward. They're going to be able to stun
into the fountain! Juggernaut's there!
They got him. They pulled him all the way back in, but Raven going for the spin TP. He's still bashed up for the moment, but they're going for those tier 4s for the moment. Over here on the bottom side of the fight, they've been able to catch out Jay. There's the RPUs. They're controlling him for the moment, but still managed to get it. The time lapse. Great plays. A second RP isn't going to be enough, though. They're bringing them low. The Enrage, keeping that Ursa alive. They lose the Ember Spirit for 2 minutes. He's out of there. Magnetize onto all of these heroes as well, but I think look that potentially TnC could have done it. There's still so many creeps
not
inside their
yet.
base.
Raven's fighting. He's fighting the bug, trying to get Jules. Jules is able to run away.
Triple kill for Miracle.
They're stunning up Raven. Raven's getting chain stun. He's not going to be able to do it. Raven's dead.
Ultra kill for Miracle.
Minesk is
Sam A's
dead.
going to fall as well. I think that they might have done it to give it away.
And now the base on the other side of the map is fully breached. They have DLTs up the wazoo. Just go, 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 go. Mineski might have been able to force it to a game 3.
They have no buybacks on these 3 heroes. They didn't need to do this. They did not need to pressure this hard.
All right. Checks Roche. No Roche there. Does Jules want to keep going? Like, everybody's HP value is actually pretty low. I'm not sure if Mineski get there.
They are. Centaur is 400 gold from buyback. Rubik is 500 gold from buyback.
30 seconds, and now Magnus is back. You got to keep in mind, Magnus is a damage source. Oh, Raven. Gonna be there.
All right,
I need to go Roche.
They need to go. Like, honestly, I think TnC just need to almost give up this tier 3 tower instead of barracks. Like, they need to almost fight from mega creeps because they can't afford unless everybody gets up in time. Because if Mineski just run down mid right now and you start to lose heroes,
Mineski doesn't have time to run down mid anymore. By the time they get there, everyone's gonna be respawned. I think the Roshan is like the safe choice. But also, you know, I don't know. It's so hard to say what is the right move right now. Nobody knows what the right move is.
I just can't believe they didn't have buyback.
How did Mineski defend that, losing only 1? That is the super impressive thing.
Yeah, it's time-lapse Weaver's pretty good. That's one of the things, certainly. And the RPs maybe a little bit off the mark as well from what they wanted of them.
Oh,
yeah,
Jules.
bots level 2 going
Jules.
for him. Tim's chased down. They drop the sentry ward.
He's on the other way. RP, he's
They
dead.
got him. They're on top of Jules. They're going to end up being able to take him down. The Lincoln Sphere.
Wait, cheese.
Oh my god. All right, Jules trying to stay alive and doing his
okay,
best, but eventually is going to fall.
That's 2 minutes. That's 2 minutes. He does not buyback. But Jay, look at Jay. He's pushing in the waves.
What is this game? All right, they are going to, I mean, the tier 4s have regeneration now, so they'll be able to keep it there, but...
Okay, so here's the thing, right? For the last, I don't know, 25 minutes, Mineski was in this situation where they kill people and they can't do anything about it.
Right.
TnC just killed a Weaver. Can they do something about it? I mean, they're trying to run down mid, but Jay is...
Oh, no, he's
Jay
going to get
cannot
caught.
die.
They've got the lift. Do they have any extra forms of control?
Where
the
is this
double
fire
edge?
remnant? Oh, God,
All right,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
he's
okay.
gone.
All right.
That was...
All right. Oh, Aura has a Hex. Cool.
Jay just goes right back in again. He knows what he has to do. This is his life now.
I mean, Jay is the absolute hero. Actually, that's not true. Ninja Boogie is also...
TnC, I think, they're going to move down mid. They've got a DD rune on Jug. If there's a time, it is now. And Cuckoo going to lead the charge. He does have RP in 25 seconds, so can have 2 of them for this next fight if they wait for it.
I mean, look at Jay. He just, like, softening up the whole creep wave. They're just...
They're in power. They're on to him. Looking for the lift. Not going to be there. TnC, I think, I mean, they're going for the tier 4s again. They jump forward. Sam H stun onto Miracle. Continuing the chase, though, they're going to hit this tier 4 tower, and now they pull back onto Jay. Not able to kill him off, though.
Raven.
On the other side of the fight, Raven is being controlled. They have another RP, which they can use for Miracle here if they want to use it, but Sam H holding on to it for the moment. The triple remnant forward, and, well, now in some trouble. Omnislash as well. He ends up canceling it. What? Cuckoo ends up losing the second RP.
Woo!
They're all going to die. Tibbs is falling as well. They're killing them all off. 2 minutes with no Jug. Why are they going in like that again? The creeps are in the base. That's it. They did it. Mineski, game number 3. We're going to be seeing it, ladies and gents. GG's called.
Oh, my God.
I don't know what to say after that game.
Somebody make a top 10 compilation of Jay's Sleight of Fist RP dodges. I think there's enough clips in this game. He dodged so many RPs. Just, I don't know. I think EE Shanghai Ember performance is #1 for best Ember Spirit play of all time. This just might be #2.
Okay, it's a very different look, too. Like, EA's Ember did not look like this at the end of the game with this type of item
I
build,
mean,
but
look,
I completely agree with you.
They're
It was
both
a great
crazy
performance.
mofos, both of them.
I agree with that. He played a great game. 62,000 damage dealt, only right behind Raven with 61,000.
These numbers are just absurd.
Yeah, I can't help but feel like there were a few decisions in there by both teams that were questionable. But in those late game scenarios, you
cannot fault them for that, because we
Yeah.
were sitting here with full vision, full item, full knowledge of buyback, and at a certain point, we don't know what the right moves are.
Yeah.
You cannot fault the players for
Totally.
making the plays that they did.
And I think that like it's sort of also that moment where like you have so much more tension on you because it's an elimination match. A ton of respect to Mineski for being able to hold on to that one at the end. Backs up against the wall. At various points, it felt like TnC were going to win it, but they stuck with it through the end. So great display. Any final words, Lumi, about this game number 2 before we go into game number 3?
This is the best Dota I've seen in the last year or a couple of months. Maybe the last year is no. There's some games in the major that was insane, but
eHome EG is pretty good.
yeah, that's pretty good too. Okay,
It's the best Dota of the qualifiers in the best region of Dota from the qualifiers.
I'm not sure if we're the best region, but this is the best game in the qualifiers. I think bar none.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you for tuning in. Lumi and Lyrical, your 2 casters for this one. We'll be back with game number 3 of TnC versus Mineski in just a few.
E-gaming bets, online betting for every E-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
Hey, buddy!
Hi guys, I am Chesty. I'm gonna be making an analysis from a replay.
Hi guys, Slasher here. In this series, Slasher dissect Phantom Assassin.
My name is Jenkins Dota.
Do you play Dota 2? Would stakes make your games more exciting? No, not those stakes. These stakes. Log into our website and challenge a friend, or search for a quick match. Choose your settings and get matched in what we call a stake to play game. Hold on, just gonna win this. Yeah!
Victory.
And when you win, you can buy, I don't know, a steak or whatever. And yeah, that's basically how ePulse works. So sign up and play at epulse.com.